Hey, welcome back to the Breaking Patterns podcast. I'm Skye.
And I'm Beth.
I want to talk about this thing I heard somebody say at the Indiana Wellness Council Women's Health at Work conference.
Women's Health at Work conference. Okay.
Yes, we were talking about all the different things women deal with, like caregiving and menopause and all kinds of great mental health related stuff. But there was a lady there. She was a psychiatrist. And she said something that has stuck with me because I've never heard anybody actually say this out loud. She said, we should only be giving 40 to 60% of ourselves at work. And here's why it got me, because I like stopped, it like made me stop in my tracks for a minute. And I wrote this down.
Yeah, I'm going to write this.
I wrote this down
40 to 60% of our.
because it hit me right in the oh, you got to give it out your all, give it your 100%. You know, if you're not giving it at all, you're going to fail.
The successories, if you will. Remember the successories, the posters of like the rowers on the glass lake,
Yeah, like the guidance counselor ones.
the teamwork and the give it all you got.
Yeah, hang in there.
Shoot for the moon, you land on the stars.
And I feel like the messaging was all over school.
It was
Wasn't
all over.
So we,
Leave it all on the floor, give it everything you
Yeah.
got, so you got nothing left.
it was like,
That's really shitty, actually.
right. And it was embedded in our DNA.
Yeah, because to create little producers who make a lot of money for somebody else.
Yeah. Yes. So she said this. And I just, I
Mm.
mean, it has been rolling around in my head since then. So how do you feel when you hear that?
Boy, it's interesting.
You should only be giving 40 to 60% of yourself at work.
Careless 2026.
Hashtag.
Hashtag. This is interesting because my 40% looks like someone else's 100. Someone else's 40% looks like, it's all different based on what the measuring stick of productivity.
You're measuring it by the external productivity.
Well, that's initially when you said that, that's what I thought. But then, based on a conversation we just had before this, Guy wanted to do a podcast on a certain topic that I was like, I didn't want to, just because I felt it was personal and I didn't want to be out in the YouTube world sharing some stuff.
No is a complete sentence.
And no is a complete sentence. And my friend and I can speak directly. So when you first said it, I thought output, 40 to 60%. I'm just thinking output.
Mm.
Like, what can I crank out? My output, right? But then I thought 40 to 60% of ourselves.
Yeah.
Like myself, my heart and soul, I'm investing.
Yeah.
Yes. Hell yes.
Yeah.
Just because you're there at work, at a job, doesn't mean you have to give it your whole self. Like, people have their whole identities tied up in what they do.
Mhm.
I used to, I do not now.
Yeah, and it has a beginning and an end.
Yeah.
And then you have this whole other part of your life
Yeah.
to attend to. It's like it's the working for the weekend, you know the song?
Everybody's working for the weekend. Who was that? You want a piece of my thing?
Oh man,
Yeah,
it's on the
everything.
tip of my tongue. Anyway, it'll come to us probably later in the podcast. But yes, that whole idea that you go to work for the paycheck so that you can live your life, but you end up
Mhm.
spending so much of your life
Time
and
there
time and
at
self
the
at
work.
work. And so you come home and, I mean, like how
What a drag.
much of my life did I work so hard at my job that when I came home, I literally just wanted to,
You had no life.
yeah. I mean, I wanted to crash out. Like I wanted to hit the couch. I wanted to like open the wine. I wanted to go to sleep. And so this concept, this idea of giving 40 to 60% of yourself, like 40%, I mean, that's not
Of
even half.
ourselves.
Yeah.
See, I'm still like, oh yeah, that's different than output.
Yeah. Can I still create a productive output while reserving over half of myself for the rest of my life?
Yes. And I would argue that it makes you a better employee.
Why is that?
If you are fulfilled outside of your life, if you reserve some for your own self or your family or your friends.
Well, could you imagine like approaching this as a boss? Like if you're in charge of a team of people and you say to them, hey, people, I would like you to give me 50% of yourself and then reserve the other 50% of yourself for the rest of your life.
But what does that look like? What does that look like?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I can recognize when I have given too much of myself Like I recognize it after the fact.
Resentment.
Right.
Resentment.
All those negative emotions. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to recognize when you're at that perfect balance, the work-life balance, as they call it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big catchphrase these days.
Bucket of shit, actually, because it goes back to like all the invisible work that typically is left to women.
Mm.
All the invisible work, all the clean laundry, the clean dishes, the groceries, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are partnerships out there that have it all together and it's more equitably split, but for generations it had not been. And then women started working outside the home and never lost any of the other responsibilities. So this 40 to 60% of yourself, I like this too, because in thinking of like, you don't go to work for validation. I mean, if you do go to work for validation,
I think a lot of people go to work for
Yeah.
validation. I mean, I would say that, especially in America, like that is
yeah.
where we're supposed to get our validation.
Yeah.
I mean, it starts with grades, right? Our kids are bringing home
Yeah.
these report cards and like, look at my A's, and
But then it places all these expectations on your employer to validate you. And the reality is you do a job, but they give you a paycheck and hopefully a little insurance.
right. You want them to pat you on the
Like-
back, like job well done, kind of.
Yeah. And when that doesn't happen, like then it gets all twisted up and into your worth.
But
And-
can we really work at a place that doesn't appreciate us? I mean,
Yeah.
doesn't that like make
every day,
doesn't that suck the soul out of
Yes.
you though?
every day.
Yeah.
And so
And
then
that's
like,
different though. That's different than validation. Appreciation and validation are two different things, I think.
yes,
So, okay, can I go on a tangent?
you're going to anyway.
So we watched this show, this very irreverent show called Big Mouth. So it's about these middle school, it's animated and it's like middle school and it's all about the hormones and the competing like things inside of yourself that really kind of come into intense play when you are in puberty. And so they have like, there's a hormone monster and there's an anxiety mosquito and there's the depression shame cat. It's a shame kitty. It's like this big purple cat that always wraps herself around you and tries to make you go to
Strangle
sleep.
you?
No, just
Oh.
like suffocate you.
Like stay in bed.
Stay in your bed. Feel shame.
Stay in your bed, don't meet the world.
In the most recent episode, they introduced a new internal character called the gratitoad.
Mhm.
And so the gratitoad is like basically the thing that defeats the shame cat. It like makes the shame cat get smaller and shuts down the anxiety mosquito. Like it literally eats the anxiety mosquito.
Right.
But watching this and realizing that how beautiful this message is, that when you shift into this place of gratitude, all of those other things tend to shrink down. Appreciation and validation. So appreciation being that place of gratitude when you are experiencing that somebody else is grateful for the work that you do, for being there, for being on their team, for, carrying your weight. Totally different than standing there and waiting for
Yes.
like a pat on the hand and a
Yeah.
band star.
Because the validation, like that's just a hustle that you're never going to fill. If you need external validation all the time, like that's an internal job that is a lot of work to like figure that out and learn how to be your own validator. But appreciation, yeah. Just like acknowledgement, like I see you. Thank you.
And unfortunately, I think we can't, like it's a really hard thing to teach other people how to grow their gratitude and shrink down their shame kitten.
Yeah.
Because so many people that we know in our lives that we maybe work with or work for or work around, you can tell that they're operating with like anxiety mosquito and shame cat at the controls. And, I know that when I'm in that place, like I don't treat others well.
Yeah.
Gratitude is the answer.
We've done that one before.
But with that, I think that is a message because I have to tell myself that message daily. I don't always do it daily, but when I get into the place of like, oh yeah, gratitude, oh yeah, gratitude. So today, here's another tangent story. So today, last day of school, I took the kids to the grocery store with me after school, which is like the
worst.
It's the worst.
Kroger.
But I
At 3:00.
Yes.
3:15.
like I didn't want to go before they came back. So we went to the grocery store. We had to get milk. I was like, gonna buy them some snacks and whatever, So we did this whole thing. It's anxiety inducing. The self-checkout scanner. There were 3 of us trying to scan and bag things. So the help is on your way.
And
but
Kroger doesn't have the tap yet.
Oh,
How do they not have the tap?
I know. It's
Get
just,
with it.
it is awful. It was awful. It was so annoying. And I was feeling very frustrated and irritable. And we get to the car, we finally get everything in there, and it's raining outside and I'm wet. And I was like, I couldn't find my phone. And then I start freaking out because I left my phone in the Kroger and I got all mad. I threw everything.
First world white lady.
I mean, just like, right. But it was just like, I was all in this place of like, rah, rah. And of course, then worrying about like, what if people see the stress management coach lady like freaking out at the shit at the Kroger? Anyway, turns out my phone was in my pocket the whole time. So I'm standing there in the rain, finally realizing like, wait. So I get in the car and my kids are like, they feed off of my stuff. So they're like, yeah, Kroger sucks. Kroger's the worst. Grocery stores are terrible. And then I heard them like mirroring it back to me. I just like pulled the gratitoad out and I was like, hey guys, remember the gratitoad that we saw in this episode the other day? I just remember that sometimes when I get in these places of anxiety, that if I just shift to gratitude, like I'm actually, like you said, first world white lady problems, right? Mm-hmm. Isn't it? I have so much great gratitude that I can go to a store.
You can drive your nice car
and
in a store,
like buy all this
and buy a bunch of
I have
snacks.
Money and snacks, and my kids like helped me unload the cart, and
you can walk into the store.
Yeah, I mean all of it, right? All the way down to little pieces. And so I just started like listing all that stuff up, and they just got quiet. Yeah, and they were like, okay,
it is a shift. I just felt that in my heart, right? Even like difficult situations and times and people, still like be grateful. It's a hard one, but to be grateful for situations that occur, because you always learn something, or you can always build a new skill. You can always learn how to be in a space that you're not used to. Yeah. Now I'm sitting here in gratitude.
Yeah.
Gratitoad. Ribbit.
The gratitude. Yeah, because it is, I've come back to this place time and time again. Like, what are we trying to get through so quickly? Right? Like all the challenges and the things that are in our way and that frustrate us.
Oh my God. This reminds me of the Alan Watts thing. Stop caring. Alan Watts, look him up. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, I interrupt you all the time.
But it's like, he is so great. He's dead now. He came to a tragic end, but he was a Taoist and just had amazing things to say. And there's a YouTube video, we'll link it in the show notes, called Stop Caring. And at first glance, like he's smoking like a cigarette or maybe a joint, I don't know. And at first glance, you might think, oh, but when you listen to it, it's hilarious. It's like we wake up as though the universe cannot survive without us. Life is not a problem to solve. We are not notification hubs. We wake up and grab that damn phone so fast. Mm-hmm. Why? We just think ourselves so important. Mm-hmm. And when we put ourselves at the center of everything, and I'm as guilty as hell, and take offense at everything, and it's just really, it's a different perspective. He's like, stop caring. Things take care of themselves, and we just run around all serious. And it's just like we've talked before, children can play. They're unburdened. They run around joyful.
Well, maybe that's what
that is.
What the only give 40 to 60% of yourself actually looks like. Because you asked, what does that look like? Yeah. And it looks like that.
It looks like nobody's dying because of the job you or I are doing. Mm-hmm. I mean, surgeons can't say that, or people who really deal with some stuff, and thank goodness for all of them, right? But like nobody's dying because of what we do.
Yeah, I mean, we stop taking ourselves so seriously.
We've said that so many times.
And it doesn't mean that you do a half-assed job.
No.
I think you can bring like your full energy to certain situations. There's certain times in the day where you're like, for this 30 minutes, like I am 100% here because this is important. And I'm giving a speech, or like I'm talking to somebody who really needs my full presence, or like there's moments where you bring 100%, but it's not a constant given that I'm
reacting all the time.
Yeah. It's like Taylor Swift said, my energy is a luxury item.
Mm-hmm. But it's just so funny how we impose importance. Mm-hmm. Things are so important.
Yeah. I mean, I see it in my 10-year-old fourth grader. Mm-hmm. She has these due dates. I mean, she's in fourth grade and she has these due dates, and she has been multiple times this year in a complete anxiety breakdown, panic attack, because this or that paper is due tomorrow. And I think, what good is that doing my child?
Right.
Like, what are we teaching her?
What is she learning?
Right.
To be stressed out and panic ridden.
To be a productive American, you better like go,
Mhm.
go, 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 push, 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 push until you drop dead, because then you will be replaced by the next cog in the
Correct.
machine.
Boy, that's so good.
And I say to all that,
But do you really?
I want to.
Because as we sit here in this nice space with this nice technology.
Okay, so I rephrase that. I don't like.
No, I'm just thinking like we feed the hedonistic dragon by buying
You're right.
this shit.
You're 100% right. You're 100% right.
I hate being so deep.
And yeah,
I wish I was more surface. I wish I could just not be so fucking deep.
it's the balance, right? I don't intend to just like pull myself out of the grid. But that's part of why I really liked this quote that you wrote down about 40 to 60% of ourselves. So it's that balance of just being like, okay,
Like reserve some.
reserve some. It's like permission to care for myself.
Yeah. And that's hard. 40 to 60% of yourself. It's so funny. I went to output because I think all my life my worth has been measured by output.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you and everybody else.
Yeah. What have you done? That's the other thing Ellen says. It's like people will say, what are you doing? I hate that question. What are you doing? It's like you have to like say something productive. You can't say, I'm just being.
Yeah. Right. Or like
just
the-
being.
What do you
do?
do? What do you do? So what do you do? What do you do?
I'm more than what I do. Do
Yeah.
not. Mm-mm.
I try to at least once every other week look at the clouds and decide what animals they look like.
Yeah, that's great.
That
You
is-
know what? I write every day. Today is my peaceful day. And this morning I did not get the opportunity. So I have to do it before the day ends.
That's what you should do. When people start asking, next time people ask you, oh, what do you do? Be like,
I'm making today.
I write every day.
Today is my peaceful day.
Tell us how you feel in the comments about 40 to 60% of yourself. Does it feel good? Does it feel challenging? Does it push against something that's kind of deeply held in there?
Or does it feel liberating? Like if
Yeah.
you gave 40 to 60% of yourself at work, that means you have 60 to 40% of yourself outside of work. What do you do with it?
Yeah, your wild and precious life.
Your one wild and precious life. Can I tell a story
Yeah.
about my one wild and precious life?
Please do.
So I'm always at home quacking about it's your one wild and precious life because I have a 16-year-old driver now who just takes things really seriously. He's perfectionistic, he's straight A's, and like I just see the toil in him and I'm like, that is a drag because I'm telling you on the other side, that doesn't do shit for you. But it's his journey, he's got to learn it. So I'm always like barking about his one wild and precious life. I'm like, what do you want to do? It's your one wild and precious life. It's your one wild and precious life. So we were driving the other day and it was like a Saturday. It's beautiful weather. Motorcycles are out. There's a guy on a motorcycle like this. And then there's a woman like sitting on him, like, sitting on, like straddling him.
Reverse cowboy?
No,
No, that's not reverse cowboy.
like
Right? A frontal cowboy?
frontal cowboy, right? So picture it. Guy riding motorcycle, no helmets, woman sitting on top of man riding motorcycle face to face with guy. And I'm like, would you look at them? That is so dangerous. And Graham says to me, oh, it's their one wild and precious life too. He's like, I get it. It's only if you agree with it. And I thought,
He's listening to you.
Damn
Beth,
it.
he's listening
he's
to you.
listening to me, but he's
That's
also my greatest teacher.
Yeah.
Because he's like points it out. The other thing, can I do one more?
Yes, please.
We performed
Are we
The-
calling it performing?
the peace potluck. Remember, potluck for peace.
I like potluck for peace. Let's call it that.
It was basically like social justice. We're all for peace. Come, and I played it with him, and we did poetry. And I was telling him about it after. He's like, "Don't you think you could do more than take a casserole for peace?"
Yeah, you played a tongue drum.
Yeah, I
Damn
did.
it.
I played with you.
They did drum for peace.
But once again, it's like taking everything so seriously. And like, who am I, police of the universe, to say that some girl riding on a guy can't be like, they're living their one wild precious life, but it was against the law.
Yeah. Citizens arrest. Thief of joy. But Bethy Buzzkill.
But I I know. I'd have so many personalities. Bethy Buzzkill.
Ah,
Well, this has been fun.
yes, we managed to make it work.
All right, people.
Be sure to like and subscribe and share with all of your friends
Come see us at the Reawaken Retreat
this July.
this July.
Link is in
Link in
the.
the show notes. Tickets going fast. All right, friends. Stay curious.
See you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.